You open the camera, and you freeze again, once more. But this time you feel it's not just shyness, timidez, because no one knows. But posting a picture hurts you. It hurts like childhood exposure. It hurts like hearing, "You're overreacting, você está exagerando," when you just wanted to exist. People say it's insecurity, but it's not. It's old fear. Fear trained your whole life. You learned to hide early, when being seen meant being criticized, when speaking meant punishment, when existing was too expensive. And today, a simple photo triggers the same alarm, the same chest freeze, the same voice saying, "If they see you exist, they will hurt you. Se mostrarem que você existe, vão te machucar." And you believe it. But here's the counterintuitive truth. Verdade contraintuitiva. It's not a lack of courage. It's a warning. A warning from the part of you that still doesn't feel safe in the world. And the sharp question hits you. If it's not fear, if it's not laziness, then why does God still allow you to hide? You think something is wrong with you because freezing over a picture feels ridiculous. But it's not ridiculous. It's historical. It's deep. And it has a name. According to Jung, you're not afraid of the world. You're afraid of your shadow, sombra, the part of you that learned to survive by hiding. That part was trained in the terror of being seen, trained in the fear of being wrong, trained in the pain of trying to exist and being corrected for it. The shadow holds everything you couldn't be, the child who had to be perfect, the teenager who couldn't fail, the adult who must handle everything, Darkanta. And when you try to show up, that shadow pulls you back into the dark. That's why posting a picture paralyzes you. It's not vanity. It's not silliness. It's body memory. Your body remembers pain before your thoughts do, and it triggers the alarm. You grew up under eyes that judged, eyes that hurt, eyes that said, "Don't be like that. No seja assim." So today, any exposure feels like a courtroom, even when no one is watching. Even when it's just you and the camera. Hypervigilance didn't appear out of nowhere. It was born the day you realized existing was painful, and your brain chose hiding as a way to live, chose disappearing as safer than trying, chose silence over criticism, and invisibility over danger. But here's the insight no one told you. Your shyness isn't a flaw. It's an emotional security system. It's your shadow trying to keep you alive, protecting you from what once destroyed you, and preventing the same wound from repeating. The saddest part, you think this is madness, but it's not. It's adaptation. It's psychic survival. And it makes perfect sense. Now comes the question that opens the next loop. If the shadow protected you for years, how do you learn to exist without it? And how does God step into this process? Because He does. And He steps exactly where you never could alone. You don't have to walk through this alone. Here, every story explains why certain pains repeat, why God pulls you into silence, and why your quietness isn't weakness. It's divine protection. If this speaks to you, click the button and subscribe now, before your mind goes back to the same doubts that have paralyzed you for years. Let your soul finally breathe in a place where it is understood. Every video here gives you psychological clarity, spiritual purpose, and that rare feeling that someone finally described what happens inside you. If this touched your heart, subscribe now. Take this step for yourself, not for the algorithm, and continue this journey with someone who understands your pain and what God is doing through it. You spent your life thinking shyness was a flaw, that it was lack of personality, lack of spark, lack of strength, but that was never true. It was only what they made you believe. The real illusion begins early, when they said you were overreacting, exaggerando, when they laughed at you in vulnerable moments, when they minimized your feelings, and you concluded that feeling was wrong, and being seen was dangerous. False love taught another lie, that strong people always show up, always speak, always post, always expose themselves, and you believed that being discreet made you weak. But look closely. It wasn't lack of strength. It was excess vigilance. It was emotional survival. It was fear disguised as self-control. And you called it introversion, introversion. The world convinced you that public existence is courage, but no one told you that, for some, existing silently is a war, that every action passes through 10 inner filters, that every choice feels like a risk, that every movement feels like a threat, and that this exhausts more than any exposure. The cruelest illusion is this: you think you're hiding your face, but you're actually hiding your wounds. Wounds that were never your fault. Wounds no one tended to. Wounds you had to manage alone. And here comes the shock. You don't fear people. You fear reliving the same pain, the same criticism, the same inadequacy, the same shame, and that shapes everything. Your shyness was never shyness. It was an alarm, a defense, a strategy, a way your soul found to survive, but you mistook it for incompetence. And when someone said, just post it, show more, put yourself out there, you smiled, agreed, but inside you shook, because what they asked was simple, but for you, it was exposing open scars. Now another loop opens. If all of this was illusion, if all of this was survival, then what is God doing in this silence? Why does he still keep you hidden? And where is he trying to take you? You think God stepped back when you hid, but it was in your hiding place that he found you, not to expose you, but to preserve you, because he saw what you went through, and he knows why your body reacts like this. God never asked you to show up wounded, never asked you to smile while broken, never asked you to be strong while bleeding inside. He knows you still shake, and he doesn't judge you for it. He protects you. That's why your retreat isn't punishment, it's direction. It's emotional protection disguised as shyness, timidez. It's healing in the form of silence. It's a pause that saves you, and you never realized it. Scripture confirms this. Keep true wisdom and sound judgment, for they will be life to your soul. Vida para a tua alma. Proverbs 3:21-22 is not about external courage. It's about strengthening the inside. It's about inner reconstruction. It's about the moment when God doesn't push you, he holds you. The wisdom God asks from you now is not exposure. It's preservation. It's rebuilding before showing. It's anchoring your heart before opening the door. It's healing the fear before trying to shine. It's rebirth without rushing. Because God doesn't erase you. He prepares you. He doesn't use your vulnerability as display. He treats it as treasure. And he keeps you until you can exist without fear, without replaying the old trauma. You call this shyness, but God calls it a process of aligning your heart, a process of cleaning the wound, a process of giving your voice back, a process of teaching you how to exist again. And there's more. The wisdom he speaks of in Proverbs is exactly what you lacked in childhood. No one taught you to protect yourself. No one taught you to listen to yourself. No one taught you to respect your limits. So God is teaching you now. The silence that once felt like weakness now reveals itself as protection. The retreat you hated now reveals itself as care. The pause that looked like delay now reveals itself as preparation. It all points to a bigger truth. God doesn't hide you to shrink you. He hides you to structure you. He doesn't silence you. He heals you. He doesn't delay you. He aligns you. He doesn't limit you. He strengthens you. And before he brings you out, he wants to bring you back to yourself, so that when it's time to appear, it won't be trauma, it will be purpose, and it will be life. Now that you understand the root of your retreat, the next step is simple. It's not forcing exposure. It's not opening the camera by pressure. It's something else, smaller on the outside, huge on the inside. The first practice is this: recognize the fear while it happens. Reconhecer o medo enquanto acontece. Without fighting it, without blaming yourself, without trying to act normal, agir normal. Just notice. Because noticing is the first disarming of trauma. When your chest freezes, say softly, I know why you're reacting like this. Eu sei por que você está reagindo assim. Speak to your body like someone speaks to a scared child, because that's the truth. It's an old part of you asking for protection, and you need to answer it with presence, not pressure. This is how the shadow begins to calm down. The second practice is so simple it seems silly, but it's profound. Choose a tiny act of daily exposure. Tiny. Take a photo without posting, or post something without your face. This action shrinks the size of the monster, tamaño do monstro. It shows your brain that nothing bad happens. It shows the danger is memory, not reality. It shows you can exist without punishment. It shows the pain doesn't return just because you appear, and your emotional system starts trusting again. God works exactly like this. Small steps, consistent steps, enough to open space inside you, enough to clean the wound, enough to restore your sense of safety. Because God doesn't throw you into the crowd. He leads you through the desert, slowly, on your rhythm. on your emotional capacity. He respects your timing more than you imagine. If you force your healing, you'll get hurt. If you rush your process, you'll freeze. If you appear before you're whole, you'll repeat the same wound. And God doesn't want that. He wants solidity. He wants roots. That's why today's action isn't posting. It's existing without fear for 1 second more than yesterday. Existir sem medo por segundo a mais que ontem. It's breathing when your chest locks. It's observing when your heart races. It's comforting, not suppressing. It's treating your soul the way God treats you. And tomorrow you repeat. And the next day you repeat again. And without noticing, something shifts. The reaction softens. The fear slows down. And you begin to see that you truly are returning to yourself. Now that you've started existing a little more, you need what sustains everything. An honest conversation with God about your fear. Uma conversa honesta com Deus sobre o seu medo. No filters, no perfect believer posture, no pretty phrases. Just you and Him. Two souls finally stopping their running. The second practice is this. Pray for your fear instead of praying against it. Orar pelo medo, não contra ele. Because when you pray against it, you feel guilty. When you pray against it, you try to expel something still wounded. When you pray against it, you hurt yourself emotionally. But when you pray for the fear, you embrace it. And embracing heals more than rejecting. Take a deep breath, place your hand on your chest, and say, God, I am afraid, but I want to learn to exist. Deus, estou com medo, mas quero aprender a existir. That's it. He doesn't need performance. He needs your truth. This prayer reorganizes your internal system. It shows your body you're not alone. It shows your shadow, sombra, that an adult is caring for it now. It shows your soul you don't need to hide. It shows that safety isn't in silence. It's in presence. The second half of this practice is even more powerful. After the prayer, choose a tiny act of truth, something that reminds you that you exist. Writing a note, sending an honest message, or looking at yourself in the mirror for 10 more seconds. This tiny gesture creates reconnection, realigns you with what you feel, takes your soul out of survival mode, modo sobrevivencia, and into presence mode, modo presenza. It's small, but it changes everything. Because God doesn't want you to appear to the world first. He wants you to appear to Him first, and then to yourself. Public exposure comes last. Soul exposure comes first. That's how He strengthens you. Praying for the fear clears the path. Your act of truth opens the door. Together they break the old cycle, break the paralysis, break the lie that you can't be seen, and they restore light where darkness lived. You don't need to post anything today. You don't need to force yourself. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. The practice is internal. The change is internal. And God honors every small choice you make toward healing. Repeating this daily creates a new you, more whole, more aware, less hostage to the past, more anchored in the present, and finally free from the fear of existing. You return to the same scene, the camera in front of you, the silence in your chest, the fear still there but different, smaller, recognizable, because now you understand. It wasn't cowardice, it wasn't weakness, it was protection. Protection you confused with inadequacy. Protection God never condemned. That shyness that paralyzed you today reveals itself as an old memory, an emotional shadow, a misunderstood warning, a reflection of what you lived, not who you are. And that changes everything. You realize you don't need to run anymore. You don't need to hide like before. You don't need to apologize for existing. Your body isn't against you. Your soul isn't broken. It was only guarded. And now, it returns. Returns slowly. Returns awake. Returns stronger. Returns more conscious. Returns whole. God in the quiet, take your courage away. In the honesty, He rebuilt in the prayer for your fear, and in your tiny acts of truth. The silence that once crushed you, now protects you. The shyness that trapped you, now reveals you. The retreat that paralyzed you, now prepares you. Because God doesn't waste pain, doesn't waste tears, and doesn't waste processes. You feared being seen, but God was teaching you to see yourself first, to understand your layers, to embrace your shadows, to recover your lost identity, to exist before Him. And now, finally, the moment arrives, not to show yourself to the world, but to show yourself to yourself, with calm, with presence, with dignity. You were 7 when you learned to hide, but today, you understand it was never your fault, never weakness, never failure. It was survival, and now it can be rebirth, because God didn't hide you to erase you. He hid you to align you. He hid you to restore you. He hid you to return you to yourself. And now, finally, you're ready to exist, in the right time, in the right rhythm, in the right heart.